My second heart got an email about my first heart at the Museum of Modern Art. My first heart tells my second heart that now is her chance to say something important, something for the archives about who she is, about who her mother never got to be. My name is Elisabet Velasquez, and I am a poet and author. I was invited by MoMA to write a poem inspired by Papo Colo's Every American Has Two Hearts, and that poem is called Dos Corazones. I was first drawn to this piece actually by the title, Every American Has Two Hearts. That is a really good metaphor for the ways in which a lot of Americans exist in between two cultures. And then I was immediately struck by the work. The work is very symmetrical, and the ribbons actually don't connect. We live in a world that is always trying to compartmentalize you so that you exist as different things, when in reality we are just one heart. I grew up in Bushwick, Brooklyn, and it is and will always be home. I am first generation Puerto Rican American, and when I think about this work, Bushwick is one heart and Puerto Rico is another.
All right, so I've known you for a long time. When I first met
Forever,
ever. What really speaks to me and why we've remained such friends is because you helped me find the balance in my creative life. So where do you find the balance?
I think the moment that I realized that even if I had a full-time job, I was still a full-time artist. There's no such thing as a part-time artist. It's innate. There's no timing on art. It exists because you exist. Writing for me is a mirror. Every time I sit down to write, I know that I'm looking at some part of myself that wants to be seen. I'm looking at some part of the world that I need to see. The same thing with reading. I think a lot of what draws me to Papo's work is the fact that he forces you to confront what we see as well as what we don't see. Bushwick in the 90s, there was this huge concentration of Puerto Ricans, and so you saw Puerto Ricans everywhere, except when we went to study, Puerto Ricans and our history weren't in the books. Papo Colo says that Puerto Ricans are experts in migrating. I'm always trying to remember the place that my parents were displaced from because I inherited forgetting. My parents, when they got here, like many Puerto Ricans, it was about assimilating. We had to contend with what did it mean to be American and what did it mean to be Puerto Rican at the same time. Remembering is not going back to a place, although it can feel that way. But remembering is saying, this is me, this is my life, I'm here. Survival and surviving in this world is one of the most creative things that we can do. My first heart knows where she's from, but still asks Puerto Rico for forgiveness for being born in Brooklyn. My first heart knows where she's from, but still asks Brooklyn for forgiveness for moving to New Jersey. My first heart can't afford the rent anywhere, so my first heart finds home wherever Boricuas are, wherever Boricuas have had to be. My first heart has a plan to birth Boricuas on the moon. My first heart has big dreams that involve an avocado tree, a 15-piece orchestra, and an aluminum tray full of relleno de papa. My first heart doesn't tell my second heart about any of these plans because my second heart is too busy trying to make it as a poet in America.